Hey, folks, that's right. It's your man, Adolphus A.D. Moore from NRG Stadium after your Houston Texans defeated the New York Giants in preseason football this afternoon, 28-10. Uh, I'm not going to call it a beatdown. It's preseason because you played a lot of players and everything, but it was somewhat one-sided. I mean, and if you listen to, and which we will hear in a few seconds, a few minutes, from your head coach DeMeco Ryans, the Texans from a defensive standpoint, from what they wanted to, how they want to approach the season, how they want to approach all their games, and the way they want to go after and attack folks. They did it in the phases that, and I think the one thing that Coach Ryans was remarked about was the enthusiasm on the sideline when the guys with turnovers and everything. As I stated, the Texans defeated the New York Giants today 28-10. I'm wondering if some folks in New York are not ready to send Daniel Jones packing, because back-to-back interception with Jalen Petrie, who put the Texans on the board first with a 6-yard interception pass. Bad throw he shouldn't have made, and then Stingley made one heck of an interception on the next pass from Daniel Jones. But this was, for ostensibly speaking, and and let's face it, it was a preseason crowd, folks, because some of the stadium is enclosed, some of it's not. And I sort of tweeted about some of the folks over there fanning in the stand because we like, it's hot now, and sitting in the stadium, coach, the air was blowing mighty righteous, but then there's a couple of panels out here, so they were cooling the air as well. But let's get to the Coach DeMeco Ryans and his assessment, his assessment of the team today, and then I'll get further into this game contest today.
Times that's big time. Anytime you can do that, you're gonna win the football game. So it was exciting to see Petrie and Stingley. Max Tooley. Who else we had? Neville, Solomon Bird. It was exciting to see so many different guys attack the football in different facets, whether it's intercepting the football, right, strip sack, or just taking the ball away from the back there. It's just. That's what we talk about it so much, and actually see it come to life. It's confirmation for us and our coaching points and what we ask guys to do. It's just fun. For me, I just love seeing the reactions from everyone on the sideline going crazy when we take the football away.
Yeah, that was Coach Ryans at his presser right after the game. Are there some things still need to be cleaned up? Yeah, I think that, and obviously everything is not working on all cylinders right now. You didn't have your complementary offensive line starting today. I thought CJ, had his series. In fact, question was asked, instead of kicking the field goal, why did he opt to continue to go for fourth and about 6, 7, and DeMeco Ryans opted to go for it instead, ensuring not trying to put a PAT on the board. And like you said, I want to see if we can do this. And this is what you do. This is preseason. This is not going to, because when the season starts, everybody's going to start 0-0. So he opted to go for it to see if they could make it. Could they convert the fourth down? They didn't, but matters not. I think they left the Giants in a bad enough shape. So by virtue of turning the ball over that deep in the red zone, and then the defense bowled up, and that's when Jalen Petrie made a 5-yard interception pass off of Daniel Jones and got the Texans on the board. So in that aspect of it, what did not prove in the fruition is from the offense perspective, it in turn gave the defense a chance to bore their backs and bore their neck, and then they turn out and then they still scored. So what the offense didn't accomplish, the defense did accomplish. So, scoreboard, Texans won. So, obviously they wanted to see the offense make that fourth and whatever they needed, but they didn't make it. But the defense came out there and took that short field and took it to their advantage because the Giants had their back up against the goal line and an awful pass by Daniel Jones because he was pressured. But Jalen Petrie, playing up in the box in the new scheme that they have Petrie in, and that was. Man, that's almost like Halloween, the trick or treat. That particular pass, as bad as the pass it was, Jalen Petrie fell off his receiver. I'm going like, I put it like this. I think we could have pulled some people out the stand and could have fallen off a receiver. And that's not a knock on Jalen Petrie. That was how bad, with the pressure on Daniel Jones and everything else that went along with that situation. That just created the situation that just was there. And it was there for the taking, and Mr. Petrie jumped on it and made himself and scored himself a nice touchdown. Now, if we just save some of them for the regular season, we'll be, as they say, you'll be cooking with gas. And this fossil fuel producing state where we live in, that'll be good. So, but I tip my hat to Jalen on that. Tip my hat to the defense for taking that short field and turning it into a touchdown. Also, and the Texans running game still not there yet, but that's okay. There's still a lot of players that did not play, but it's coming around. Joe Mixon didn't play today, but they didn't expect him to. But I think British Brooks, the young man, the rookie out of, Brooks is out of Duke. If I'm he is. No, British is out of North Carolina. I'm sorry. Chapel Hill and Tobacco Road. I'm just made a lot of folks mad down there. Sorry about that. Tar Heels. But anyway, young man scored 2 touchdowns today. But young man that came back and got a nice John Mechie, and the young man who I think, and I know a lot of people is pulling for him, me included. I am, because this young man, has had a bout with cancer that the Texans have stuck with him, and he's proven that he's trying to take advantage for all this opportunity. And, he met the press today, and the question was put to him. And like I said, I'm pulling for the young man. He's had an opportunity to try to come back. But let's take a listen to John Mechie after, talking about his touchdown pass and everything, and get him added to the. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if I can get him up there.
Feelings were the same. You approach it the same. You approach competition the same, and it's just like the same way you approach practice every day.
Yeah, basically what you done. Question was, how, his approach, and he said that, and he's had a good camp, and basically he was saying that was a quick comment. Asked him about his approach, and he said, "I do this. I'm trying to approach practice and the game the same. So really, there's no ups and downs. I want to try to stay consistent." And so, in that aspect, like I say, he had a nice 3-yard strike from Case Keenum in the second period. So kudos for him. I'm glad to see that this young man, and I want to see him stick. The Texans have some weapons on the offensive side. They got some weapons on the defensive side, but woe on the offensive side. And when they get this thing cooking and moving, it's gonna be problems for whoever the Texans are gonna have to will be facing the Texans. But they will have to get ready, get the A game ready. But it's like Coach Ryans had mentioned earlier. We're not trying to get ready in August. We're trying to get ready for a season. It's a marathon. We're trying to get everybody ready. So at the end of the season, when it's time, can they make the playoffs? Try to make it as healthy as possible. B, go into the playoffs and see, can the Texans wind up in New Orleans for the Super Bowl? That they are considered one of the odds-on favorite. However, I think all roads still lead through Kansas City, the Kansas City Chiefs, and so do the Texans have enough to take on Patrick Mahomes, Jones, and the rest of the Kansas City Chiefs? That's to be seen. But I tell you what, before we get there, let's get through our division first. The AFC South, can they handle that? So in that sense, folks, I'm thinking everything else is moving along. I think everything is on schedule. Coach Ryan's mentioned earlier that from a defensive standpoint, they hit all the metrics that they wanted to see from a defensive standpoint in making the turnovers, taking the ball away, interceptions, you name it. They, not only interception, but interception for touchdowns. So they hit all the metrics today that the coaches would talk to these guys about and the confirmation of what they wanted to do. So, be that as it may, I think that overall there's progress is being made. As D'Amico Ryans always say, just try to get 1% progress made every day. And some days it's kind of, when you're in practice in and out, there are, and the way they practice, I mean, there are certain things that they want, there are improvements, there's certain things that they are looking for, there are certain things that they're putting on tape. So as I mentioned earlier, I think last week, obviously all these guys that are currently on this roster are not going to make it. But whatever that final 53 plus the practice squad, 16-man practice squad, they're going to be the best football players. As they say, we're looking for football players. We're looking for guys that want to win, that has had a heart, the desire to win, and just want to be great, want to be not only be great in what they do, but being outstanding citizens. And that's something that D'Amico Ryans doesn't, he harps on, he expresses in a very sincere and direct manner. Not only, he's looking for outstanding athletes, but he's looking for outstanding men who's going to be fathers and husbands and leaders in the community. So, no, we're not. He's not recruiting for the Boy Scout folks, but I tell you what, there's nothing wrong with having outstanding character, and I think this is a team of characters. And so, as this team continues to build, next week the Los Angeles Rams will be in, and this will be the last preseason game as they get ready to get into the season. So, we'll see. We'll see. So. Without further ado, I'm not going to detain you long. I just want to just give you just a quick smidget, a couple of sound bites from the contest today. As again, your Houston Texans defeated the New York Giants today in preseason football, 28-10, and good game, good contest. Like the uniforms, I was talking to a couple of my colleagues and enjoying the new uniform. You looking at the new logos in the end zone. There's a lot of things, a lot of positives about this team. So as we continue to build for the season opener against the Indianapolis Colts and looking for this 2024 NFL season, folks, stay tuned. And if you have not subscribed to the ADMAX Corner YouTube channel, please do so. If you have not subscribed to the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel, subscribe to both of them, folks. We're moving, we're grooving, we're going, and we'll be prepared to just answer each and every one of you all's comments. Also, don't forget to follow me on AD_Moore64 on X. Also, the ADMAX Corner Instagram page that rolls into my Facebook page. Also, the ADMAX Corner YouTube channel, plus all the shorts. There was comments that you just saw witness in this particular venue, all out on the shorts right now. So, take a listen, stay tuned. We'll try to keep content as invigorating, as exciting as we possibly can here. So, without further ado, from high top NRG Stadium, this is your man, Adolphus A.D. Moore, wishing you Stay cool, folks. It's hot out there, and I'm gonna try to stay cool as well. And so, as we see one final come, let's see one final. CA37, a quick question. Let me answer this. Do you expect Tank Dell to perform at the same level despite the injuries in the competition? Without a doubt. Tank Dell, I think, is going to be that wild card in this season. Yeah, you got Diggs, you got Nico, you got Mechie, you have all the rest of them. Tank Dell, he was on his way to have an outstanding season last year for the injuries, but I think Tank's back. He is back. Make no mistake about it. Tank Dell is back, folks. So it's a Hydra, a 5-headed Hydra monster. They got whoever has the game plan for the Houston Texans will have to get ready, and vice versa. But I think the Texans will present a lot of problems for the opposing team. Again, if you have not subscribed to the ADMAX Corner YouTube channel, do so. The Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Can't follow me on Instagram, ADMAX Corner. The ADMAX Corner YouTube channel, the shorts, and also AD_Moore64. Also the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel as well. Without further ado, folks, I'm going to get out there and hit this heat. Ciao. I'm out, folks. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for popping around and catching a little bit of the corner. Stay tuned for more. And as we get ready to sign off,